Hi, welcome to Bodhi Yoga. I'm Robin. For today's practice, we have a full body practice that doesn't require any props. So let's just go ahead and get started. Start by bringing your arms behind your back, pulling your hands down so you're pulling your shoulders away from your ears, and tilt your head to bring your right ear over your right shoulder. And gently roll your head around to the front, bringing your left ear over your left shoulder. And roll your head again to the right ear over right shoulder. And now turn your nose down towards your shoulder. And bring your nose back up. Roll your head to left ear over left shoulder. And again, lower your nose toward your left shoulder. And bring your nose back up to center. Roll your head forward to center. And let your head hang just a moment, stretching the back of your neck. And then gently lift your head back up to neutral. From here, take your right arm up and lean over to the left, getting a side stretch. And come back up, lower that right arm, bring the left arm up and lean over to the right. Come back up, bring the left arm down. Bring both arms up to chest height and open up wide. And hug in. Open up wide. And hug in. Well, let's make that even bigger. We're going to open up, puff our chest up, look up some. And we're going to arch our back up when we curl in. So we're doing like a standing cat-cow. Open your arms wide, lift your chest, arch your back, and bring your arms in. And come back to neutral. From here, we're going to come to Tadasana. So stand with your feet about hip width apart, your arms down at your sides, standing up nice and tall. From here, we'll extend our arms up. And we'll forward fold down. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. And if you want, you can pedal your feet to help loosen up your legs. And when you're ready, come back to stillness. And from here, we'll halfway lift, bringing our hands to our shins, keeping our back nice and flat. And forward fold back down. Step your right foot back and your left, coming to our plank. And from here, lift your right hand up, opening to a side plank. You can stack your feet if you'd like to. And lower the right hand back down. From here, lower to your stomach. And with your hands under your shoulders, gently lift your chest to a low cobra, keeping your hips down. And lower. From here, you can push into your hands and knees. Coming to a quick tabletop, curl your toes under, lift your knees and hips into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg to come to a three-legged dog. And lower. And then we'll come back to our tabletop, lowering our knees. From here, step your right foot forward and shift your hips forward so you're coming into a low lunge, keeping your knee in line with your ankle. And then heel toe your right foot to the right side. Bring your right arm to the inside of your leg. And let your knee fall slightly open, lifting the sole of your foot slightly. Then heel toe your foot back to center, bringing that right arm back around to the outside to frame your foot with your hands. Curl your left toes under so you can lift your knee, coming into a runner's lunge. Place your left hand down on the mat and lift your right arm to open to the right. And lower. And when you're ready, step your left foot up to meet the right, coming back to your forward fold. Gently roll up to Tadasana. Your head's the last to come up. From here, lift your right foot to either next to your ankle, just below your knee, or all the way up to the top of your inner thigh. You can bring your hands to prayer, or you can extend them up for tree pose. And release. Extend your arms up overhead and we'll forward fold again. Halfway lift. And lower back. Step your left foot back and then your right foot back, coming back into our plank. When you're ready, lift your left arm for side plank. And lower back down. then lower to your stomach with your hands under your shoulders. Press to lift your chest up for low cobra. And lower. And when you're ready, curl your toes under. And again, you can go to tabletop first, or you can lift straight into your downward facing dog. Lift your left foot for three-legged dog. And release. And then lower to your knees for tabletop. Bring your left foot forward into your low lunge. Heel toe your left foot to the left side of your mat, bringing the left arm to the inside of your leg and letting your left knee open slightly. You should be getting a very nice stretch in your upper inner thigh groin area. And then heel toe your foot back to center, bringing your left arm back to the outside, coming back to that low lunge. Curl your right toes under, lifting that right knee, and then plant your right hand to lift your left to open up. And lower. And when you're ready, step your right foot up to meet the left back in your forward fold. And gently roll up your head last into Tadasana. When you're ready, lift your left foot either to your ankle, below your knee, or the top of your inner thigh. Again, hands can be at prayer, or they can be extended up for tree pose. And release. We're going to extend up again and forward fold. This time we're going to bend both our knees slightly, like you're sitting in a chair. And you're going to lift your arms and torso into chair pose. And we'll forward fold to release. We'll take our feet about as wide as our yoga mat, our toes pointed out, our heels in a little bit. And we're going to bend our knees, bringing our hips down into Malasana. Our elbows are at the inside of our knees. Our hands are in prayer position. Try to keep your back straight. And to release, we'll bring our hands down to the mat and we'll lower to our knees. We'll bring our left knee to the mat, our right foot out long to the side, our foot down on the floor. We'll lift our left arm overhead and hinge over to the right for gate pose. And come back up. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Extend your left foot to the left side. Your foot, sole of your foot down on the mat. Bring your right arm overhead and hinge over to the left, keeping your chest lifted. And come back up. Bring your right arm down. We're going to turn toward our right leg. And we're going to bring our right knee to the right side of the mat. Our right foot toward the left side of the mat. So crossing in front of you. And we're going to walk our left leg back so our hips start to come down toward the mat. And we'll fold over our right leg for sleeping pigeon. To release, we'll lift back up and lower down to seated. We'll bring our left leg in front. We'll cross our right leg over the left. And we'll take our right arm behind us, crossing our left arm over our leg, and look over our right shoulder for a twist. And we'll release. We'll bring our left knee to the left side of the mat, our left foot to the right side of the mat. We're going to swing our right leg behind us, setting up for pigeon pose on the left side. And again, walk that right leg back till your hips come down, and then fold over your left leg into sleeping pigeon. And gently come back up, lower onto that hip, bringing your right leg in front out long, crossing your left foot over the right, and we'll bring our left arm behind us, our right arm across the left leg, and twist, looking over the left shoulder. And release. Bring both feet to the mat, lower down on your back. We're going to have our feet placed about hip width apart. And we're going to press firmly into the soles of our feet so we can lift our hips into bridge pose. From here, bring your knees into your chest and actually take your hands in between your knees, reaching for the outside of your feet, and then pulling your knees in towards your chest. Lift your feet so the soles of the feet are pointed toward the ceiling for happy baby. And release, bringing your feet back down toward the mat. Scoot your hips slightly to the right and let your knees drop to the left. You can bring your arms to goalposts. Leaving your arms where they are, lift your knees back up to center. Shift your hips over to the left a little bit, lowering your knees to the right. Lift your knees back to center. Center your hips. Bring your right leg out long, your left leg out long, your hands down by your side, and relax into Shavasana. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. And then gently roll to one side. And when you're ready, push on up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I'll see you next time.